You know I loved you for a while, and now I really hate your style. I can't stand the way your eyes light up when he's around, cause I really think that's the only time you ever smile. And I hate how he drives you wild. I hate how it drives me wild, but I love you. Fuck. You know I loved you for a while, and now I really hate your style. I can't stand the way your eyes light up when he's around, cause I really think that's the only time you ever smile. And I hate how he drives you wild. I hate how it drives me wild, but I love you.
Hi. I'm really bad at doing my makeup and talking at the same time, so we'll see how this goes. For the first step, I'm going to be using this green cushion by Etude House to use it as base and kind of calm down the redness. Well, it's supposed to be green, but it's actually more just white, so I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm just kind of using it to use it at this point. But I think it does kind of help with brightening and kind of making your foundation last longer. So I don't put it all over my face, I just kind of put it in the center areas. And I try to focus on the bits where I have the most redness. It also gives back extra moisture to the skin, which is good because, oh, honey, I need it. Next, I'm using this as the main part of my skin makeup. It's by the brand Age 20s and it's an essence packed, so it's not a cushion. I've almost used it all up. This is kind of what it looks like. I'll show you from far away. So the thing about this is that it's really moisturizing and it gives a really dewy look. It feels really light and cooling on the skin. So it's really good for daily use. It's pretty low coverage. Since it's really dewy, if you have oily skin, you might not like this. So it's definitely brightened my skin, but your girl needs more coverage because it is the final week of uni, which means it is also final assignment and test week, and stressful, and my skin, she's not loving it. She's throwing tantrums, generally just giving me a really hard time. So I'm going to be using this Kill Cover cushion by Clio as the concealer. I do like using a high coverage cushion like this as opposed to a stick concealer to speed up the process. I don't really like using this cushion on its own because it breaks down quite easily unless I like powder it or something. But for some reason when I use it with the Age 20s Essence Packed, it stays put and it like keeps looking good. Pretty much even if you wear it the entire day. It is really high coverage though, like it is famous for a reason. So I really don't put this all over my face. I just kind of put it in the areas that I want to focus on. And it's really good at hiding dark circles too. Can you see? But yeah, it's really good for when you want high coverage fast, when you're running late, which was me every day. By the way, this thing on my neck is not a hickey, it is a rash. So I'm just going to cover that up just a tiny bit. It's not really good for it, but it's seriously right like front and center of my neck. I just realized that I haven't been talking about my uni experience at all, so we'll do that now. Moving on to my brows, finally. I'm using this one by The Face Shop. It's pretty basic. I think Korean eyebrow products are really good for a pretty low price. One of those ones with like the wide flat shape. So my major was... Okay, so now that we know it's apparently proven impossible to talk while drawing my eyebrows, and start talking now. So where was I? My media is oh my god, my major is media, film and television, with a minor in sociology, but I don't know why. Someone told me that it'll be like interesting and easy, so it'll be like a GPA booster, but honestly it really depends on the lecturer how easy and not boring a course is. A lot of them are pretty hard and boring actually. That's my brows. Finally. Brows take so long. Should I just get tattoos? Before I was a media major, I'm going to go into eyeshadow now. From the Stila Matte and Middle palette, I'm just going to lay down the base first with this beigey white color. So media is pretty much like the communications major, but I think it's a lot less practical. There was a lot of visual communication theory, which meant a lot of essays. So there'll be like a lot of film or advertising, television, social media, video games, like analyses, which was nice, but I thought there would be a lot more practical aspects of it, and I didn't know that it was going to be like so theory based, because they don't tell you what the assignments and stuff are going to be like at the very beginning. They kind of release them as the year goes on. So by then you're obviously fully enrolled. I want my eyeshadow to match my clothes, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to wear yet, but I'm thinking maybe my yellow sweater. So I'm going to be matching it with a yellow eyeshadow, like a yellow orangey kind of look. This is a duo by 3CE. It's actually a blush, but it's pigmented enough to be an eyeshadow. I'm going to start with the yellow all over the lid. So since everything was so theoretical, I think a problem that a lot of people who did the same major are going to face is that we really didn't learn like a lot of practical skills, and that's what really scares me. But I was talking to people in other majors about this, and they were kind of saying that it was the same for their majors as well. So I guess you really do learn the most when you're out there in the actual workforce, which once again makes me question the point of university. So it's not a super vibrant yellow, it's like a more of a subtle ochre. I'm gonna go with the orange shade and put it in the outer corner. The orange is definitely more pigmented. So yeah, theory is just not very fun. So I really dreaded assignments a lot. Some of the papers let you like choose topics for your assignments. So I've written like whole ass essays on BTS, Produce 101, but it was still really not fun because research essays are not fun, especially when you're panic writing them the night before because you procrastinated for 2 weeks straight. I think it was because I was getting all fired up about writing essays. I kind of went overboard with the orange a little bit and accidentally made it kind of overpower the yellow. But yeah. In the Stila palette again, I'm just going to go with this yellowish kind of glitter and put it over where I put the yellow eyeshadow. So right about the center area. This one's really more of a shimmer rather than a glitter. So the glitter particles are a lot more fine. And I'm also going to put that underneath the front part of my eyes and inner corner. One thing I forgot to do was to draw the shadow of the egg yolk. So it's just a line under here to make the area look a bit more chubbier and kind of like cuter, I guess. I think it's supposed to imitate the way your eyes look like when you're smiling, and just kind of have that all the time, I guess. And I think an eyebrow pencil is so ideal for this because firstly I like it because of the shape and the fact that it comes out really natural and not too pigmented. Now that we're done with the eyeshadow, I'm going to be moving on to my eyelashes. I think it helps to make the eyeliner look a lot more natural if you're kind of following the way that your lashes stand. I think that essentially the point of eyeliner is to kind of be the last eyelash and kind of make your eyes look longer in that way. So I'm using the one by Shuimura. So at my uni, we have this Facebook page, and it's a page where people can like send in their posts anonymously. I think one of the most common confessions that you can see is how people are really lonely and they find it really hard to make friends in university. So it's a real problem, and it's a real common problem, especially if you're not in like the halls, like a shared housing, because you come to uni expecting to make new friends, right? I'm going to be using the Maybelline Falsies mascara. I think oh my gosh, this is not working. Apparently also I can't talk while doing mascara as well. So I don't know if it's like this in all universities, but in my one, it was kind of like, it's kind of very like everyone keeps to themselves, or it's like if you do meet someone in a lecture, and if it's a big lecture, you don't get like their Facebook or their number the first time, then you pretty much probably never see them again just because the lecture rooms are so big. And we also had the tutorials, but even then it's like if you are lucky enough to find someone that you kind of become friendly with, and like sit next to and stuff. It's like unless someone takes the initiative and has the confidence to kind of like reach out first and be like kind of meet outside of the classroom setting, like, you know, for food or like a drink or something, unless that happens, you probably won't form a close enough bond to kind of see them outside of that classroom, and in result you probably won't see them, you know, after the course is finished, which is such a shame because if you're in the same course, it probably means you have like a similar or the same major, which means you probably also have the same interests as well. So yeah, I really recommend taking that initiative if you feel like there's someone you could really be friends with, and it might feel like a wasted opportunity if you don't. I'm going to do my eyeliner. This is a brown pencil liner by McQueen. It has really good lasting power. Like seriously, that's amazing. So in terms of making friends, what really worked for me, apart from like taking the initiative, I think aside from that, joining clubs was really good. Clubs are good and like different from classes because clubs do like a lot of more things together. A lot of them will have like events and retreats and stuff like that, or camps to help make it easy for people to get together. And obviously you're going to have similar interests as well if you're in the same kind of club. I wanted to do winged eyeliner today, but I forgot. Oh, another tip I have is to go to class early. This is obviously going to be really hard for some people, people like me, but it's been really worth it in my experience. Oh my gosh, that looks really bad. Because when you go to class early, there'll be a few people that are also early, right? The teacher's probably not there and the entire class isn't there yet. So you're all kind of like just waiting without, you know, having much to do. So you just kind of sit yourself near someone and then just strike up a conversation. Just say like, hi, what major are you in? You know, what high school did you go to? Why are you taking this paper? Stuff like that. And this tip works the best when it's like the beginning of the year and everyone's like desperate to make friends. I think towards the end of the year, everyone just gets really like stressed and depressed and lazy. So it's not as effective. I'm pretty much done with the eyes, but I'm just going to add this brown shimmery color in the lower outer corner. Crap, that's too much. Done. For the blush, I'm just going to be using the same orange shade that I used as my eyeshadow. I'm just going to use it as my blush because it is its primary purpose. Going to put it in the center-ish kind of area. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Kind of blend it out from the back. I always underestimate its pigmentation. Study tips. I do feel a little bit hypocritical giving out study tips because I never really implemented them myself and I always ended up procrastinating and leaving everything to the last minute anyway. I think something that helped me a lot was just kind of changing up your environment. So I really liked going to cafes. It was a bit less depressing than the library and you could also have food or like a drink. If you don't want to go to a cafe or you like can't be bothered, then I recommend turning on some calm, smooth, jazzy piano music. There's like channels on YouTube that make these and like the videos go for like hours. So I can maybe link one down in the description if you're interested. It just really lifts the mood and makes me kind of feel like I'm in a cafe. And I also like how they don't have lyrics, because if I listen to songs that have lyrics, I just focus on the songs and I want to sing along and I can't really focus on the studying. That's like a personal preference thing though. I'm just gonna put on some chapstick. I should have put it on at the beginning but I forgot. So while we let that set a little bit before the lips, I think another study tip was to kind of pretend the deadline is earlier than it actually is. So in my diary, I would write the deadline as a couple days earlier and just kind of like trick yourself. And if you go over the fake deadline, then it'll be okay because there's obviously you still have like more time and you'll probably have the bulk of it done by then. I tend to like only get to work and start making progress, like actual progress, when I have this sense of urgency. I really need to work on that, but also I've been trying to improve that for like pretty much my entire life and it hasn't really worked out until the end. So well. And there's also study groups, studying with your friends. That's really good because it's a lot more fun, and if everyone else is working, then it kind of encourages you to work as well. But there's also times when you kind of chat together to not keep it too stressful, and you can also like ask each other questions and like share opinions and stuff like that. I'm going to go with this really orangey red. It doesn't actually come up as scary as it looks, so I'm going to use it as the base. This is a New Zealand brand called Antipodes, and it's supposed to be like all natural ingredients. There's actually a pretty weird story about how I got this lipstick, but I'll save that for another time because it's irrelevant. I'm going to be using one of my favorite lipsticks, which is MAC's Chili, and I'm going to be putting that in the center of my lips and blending it out to give my lips more of dimension. And since the lips are like warm tone reds, they should match okay with the eyeshadow. So I'm done with my makeup. This is the finished look. I can't do any more like contour or highlight or anything because I'm already kind of running late. So life after uni. I still have my exams left, so I'm still not like finished, but yeah, it's just really scary to think about the closer that it approaches. I think if you have a plan, you feel a lot better about it. So by like talking to more experienced people and other graduates. My plan is to kind of keep applying to jobs and internships, so the areas that my major could help me with, despite having limited practical skills, is maybe like writing. I did write a lot of essays, so I do think my research and my writing skills are okay. They could be like journalism, so like news articles or like magazine articles. There's also like a marketing path, so potentially social media would be at my highest, and it's also something that I'm the most confident in. There's also like radio and film television producing, and I'm sure there's more that I can't think of the top of my head right now. So while I'm doing that, you know, applying for jobs and hoping that one of them will come through, I'm also planning to be doing more YouTube, and yeah, that's kind of just my plan for now. It's pretty simple, so yeah, it's cool. By the way, the lenses that I'm wearing today are the Spanish Olens brown circle lens. I really like the original Spanish line, and this is my first time trying any kind of circle lens ever, and I actually really like it. It's obviously a little bit less natural, but it makes your eyes look really like big and kind of dolly, so yeah, I'm into it. This is the final look. I really like the eyeshadow pairing with the red lips. I think it looks really refreshing. It's more summery. I did my nails yesterday and it kind of matches. I'm also going to be uploading what I wore to my last week of uni outfit video, so I'm trying to decide between two different outfit options, and I think I'll just let you watch the next video to see what I ended up going with. For this video, I think I'll just show them side by side, and then I also won't be giving any outfit details. So look out for my next video to see which one I chose and for more details. I think I'm gonna head off to uni now, my last day of classes ever in my entire life. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Seriously, if you're still studying right now, it's really hard sometimes, but just try your best to enjoy every moment of it, because it won't last forever and it'll actually go really fast. So yeah, enjoy the process. Thank you so much for watching. I hope my first get ready with me is adequate. I don't know if I got to say all the points that I wanted to, but I'm sure there will be lots more opportunities in future videos. So yeah, I guess this was good closure for me. So to sum up my thoughts, schooling, it was fun. There were moments of fun. It was also really not fun. So overall, it was kind of fun. Bye.
I thought we were gonna last, so tell me, is it my gap tooth? Maybe. Or the way my hands get all sweaty? I don't know. When we held hands or when I made funny on our first day we watched some movies, but those feelings, I fought them. You threw them up and I caught them. And I remember every moment with you was...